Hey, what's up, awesome people? In today's video, I'm going to demonstrate why you should always be honest with a customer, because when I was over at Best Buy today, there was this salesman basically trying to sell this guy a Sony action camera. And for myself, I have the Sony action camera HDR-AS15, which is their older model. It still does 720p, 1080p. It still does 720p at 120 frames per second slow motion, 720p 60 frames per second slow motion VGA video. It has a nice Carl Zeiss lens. And pretty much what was going on here is at Best Buy, the guy was either looking at the GoPro Hero 4 versus the Sony action camera, and he was trying to make his mind up between which one he really wanted. But the guy at the store was a Sony representative, and he actually went on there, turned on a little TV, turned on a little clip that he supposedly recorded here at the park, and he's like, yeah, it looks really sharp, doesn't it? And yes, the video did look very sharp, but it wasn't a raw video. A lot of people just see what the GoPro Hero is on like the YouTube channels or on like videos that their friends send them, and they don't realize the difference between editing the video. Because the guy had totally asked me, he said, what do you use the video at? I said, I use personally Sony Vegas Studio Platinum 11 to record my videos. And the reason why I had my Sony action camera with me is because I take it out if I vlog and I'm just out and about. And one thing I told the guy is there's an application you can use for the Sony and for the GoPro. I personally never really used the GoPro, but from the footage I've seen, it looks really sharp. And I did tell the guy you have to use a waterproof housing to even get a tripod mount. Because me personally, I think it's more easy to mount this on the side of a helmet, mount it other places than with a little square box, which is the GoPro. But I would never sell somebody something that I wasn't confident in myself. And even though I'm not a salesperson, I think I did the right thing by actually telling this dude, this camera works for what I wanted. It still does decently good quality video. You can still upload it to YouTube. Yes, it's not the sharpest video because it's an older camera, but he was looking at the new Sony action camera, the 100V, that does 1080p 60 frames per second, not 4K video. And I don't know if the guy understands what 4K video is. If you just have a regular basic computer, you're really not going to be able to edit that footage. So I really think I did the right thing by helping this dude out, because I'm going to give him a real world experience of why I use this camera and what it's all about. I'm not going to just be a salesman and tell him, well, don't get this camera because of that. Because sometimes when you go to Best Buy and you go to these electronics stores, the people working there really don't know a lot. And of course, the guy who works for Sony is going to be all telling you Sony's better than the GoPro. I mean, there is the Ion action camera, there is the SJ4000, which is a cheap knockoff of the GoPro that still looks very good. But a lot of people don't take in consideration when it comes to getting an action camera that the audio isn't all that great. And I told them that the Sony has a stereo microphone, which the GoPro doesn't have. And the GoPro and these other action cameras are great when you put in an external microphone. They get very high quality video, and the audio isn't always that great. So I'm going to switch over to some audio clips of that camera using this lavalier microphone. And here was my setup when I was using my camcorder for recording the beginning of this video. And I am shooting in the 120 degree wide angle view of this action camera. It does 170 degrees. I do the 120 degrees just because the 170 is a lot wider, more fisheye effect, and it also has no image stabilization, and I use this camera because it has image stabilization. And my ultimate goal was, which one would I get when I first wanted a GoPro? And I think the reason why I got this Sony action camera is because it was cheaper, and the GoPro at the time was just more expensive. But if you guys are really 100% wanting an action camera, look at it for what it is. Do you want it to make YouTube videos? Do you want it to be something you vlog on? If you want it to be something you vlog on, you possibly would want like a cheap lavalier microphone like I am using right now to record the audio, because I'm switching right now to the video where I did it in the store, and you're just going to get loud, tinny sound. Not the greatest. Here we go.
Now that's cheap.
Wait, $25 a string?
No. A whole bag. There's 6 of them.
You know, the salesman's just going to sell him on really what they think, oh, it's the best thing. And I told him straight up what I use it for, and I let him actually hold mine and look at the app, and looks like the dude might be buying it. Old school Tupac in the house. And one thing I learned today is, if you go get the $129 GoPro, which does 1080p at 30 frames per second, it also is not able to be taken out of the waterproof housing. So you can't add an external mic to it. And if the waterproof housing case breaks, I'm pretty sure you're out of a camera. And this camera is just, it's good quality, but you can't use it for audio because you're going to just be walking around with it in a waterproof housing like that. So it's just meant for action. If you wanted to get the GoPro Hero 4 Silver Edition, which is I think $299, it actually has a monitor on the back so you can see what you're filming, and you can hook up like an external microphone into it, like a little $30 mic like I do, and get really high quality video. That's what I would do if I got the GoPro Hero Silver Edition. I would also use it if I vlogged, but with the mic input, you can get really good crisp audio, as you just seen at the video with this. With the mic in and with the mic out, it makes a huge difference. So guys, some of those clips you just watched were recorded on the Sony action camera, and I did show you some underwater footage, some footage on a roller coaster, and you can definitely see it's very rich in quality. Did I have to edit a lot of that footage? Yeah, but with the Sony and any action camera, if you don't edit the footage, you're just gonna have a lot of footage that doesn't look all that great, because when it comes to these action cameras, they're really not meant just to be an everyday point and shoot camera that you would take pictures on or you just vlog. And the reason why they have so wide angles, because they want you to be able just to point it at yourself or point it at something, and you're going to get really everything in the frame. That's why these action cameras are just fixed focus. They don't have autofocusing in them. And the only reason why like I told the guy at the store, the reason why I love the Sonys is because image stabilization. That's the only main reason why I like this over the GoPro. The GoPro does high quality video. I'm not saying GoPro sucks, but it's a little bit more shaky. But I also wanted to tell the Sony representative, I didn't say it, but I would have wanted to ask him, why is the GoPro more popular than the Sony? When you talk about action sports and you talk about action videos on YouTube, it's always GoPro related videos, not the Sony action camera videos. But I thought I did the right thing by telling this dude in the store why I like the camera, and not just some salesman trying to sell him something. So with that being said, let me know what you would have done in this situation if you seen some salesman is bullshitting them, saying, well, if you were a GoPro user, they're like, well, the Sony action camera is so much better than the GoPro. The GoPro is horrible quality. It's not that great, because you know they're going to downplay that GoPro like it's a watered down garbage. when they're a Sony representative. They're going to do the same thing if they were a GoPro representative. They're going to say the Sony sucks. But would you help this gentleman out or not? I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.